All right, maybe third time's a charm this morning. As we mentioned, we've had the building collapse in Davenport, Iowa. As we move to our next story this morning, as we try to recover from these issues that have just happened everywhere today, let's start back with this. As we look at TikTok, more and more children try these stunts that occur on there. Chroming. Well, I didn't know what that meant either. Kids are chroming, and basically what that is, we had someone here die a few years ago from this, to where you take an aerosol can and you inhale the can upside down. A 13-year-old girl has passed from that. Her family is reaching out to others to try to stop people from doing it. Wow. It gives brain damage is what that does. Passes out. She was on oxygen for weeks. Didn't know who she was. Well, it was about 8 days, not weeks. She's passed away at this point. How sad it is. We move on to our next story, and kind of the same thing, a challenge from TikTok as a Louisiana baseball star jumped off the back of a boat. Challenge. They're still searching for him this morning. Called it off yesterday. Boy, as we look around as to what's happening with the latest, we do know that, was it Target that took the clothing line out of the stores? Y'all remember that little issue they had there with the LGBT kids clothing line? Target took it out. Looks like Kohl's is still carrying it as America slings a little backlash on this. Not happy with it at all. One of the headlines this morning. As we look to this, 2 more horses. And Odie, you've heard this. As we look at the Kentucky Derby, it's been a plague of horses passing away. Yeah. 2 have died in a week. What's it about? We don't know. It's a total of 12 horses that have died there. Let's hope they get this mystery solved. Well, we all like the Kentucky Derby. We would hate to think that any animal was being mistreated. We certainly hope so. You ever watched what's the show? The Antique Roadshow. I think it's fun to watch, to where somebody's got an heirloom in a closet, something that grandma passed down, and you drag it in there and you think it's worth about $10, and lo and behold, they tell you it's worth a fortune. That happened in England, as a lady had some brooches that her father gave her on her wedding day. Turns out they were made in the 1700s. Exquisite diamonds backed by gold, and they say it's worth a chunk of change. You never know what's laying around that could be something. Yeah. It can be what do they call it? Authenticate? What's that word? Authenticated. I was close. And they'd tell you on Pawn Stars, well, without a receipt, without a piece of paper stating the name on it, it ain't worth nothing. Yeah, let me call him professional. Let's call the dude down there that has the beard. He can solve anything. As we look at, this is tragedy. By now, I saw this floating around yesterday on Facebook of prayers for a pastor. Arkansas is where we go next, as he was traveling down the road, crossed in the front of a path of a train. 2 of his little daughters were declared deceased at the scene. Him and his son are in critical condition. They were flown to a hospital. The mother seems to be okay. A lot of prayers being lifted up for this family. They had a cowboy church. Train incidents. Trains are, it's awful. Keep that family in your prayer this morning. Those cute little girls, as we go back here to pull this up, just to show you the family picture here. And the Daily Mail had this, and every outlet across America has the same picture at this point. But this is the family. Keep them in your minds. These 2 little girls here are deceased, and the little boy is, he's okay right now. We certainly hope that continues. How sad that is. That's a few of the headlines. We're going to check your forecast next. Don't rush off. We'll be right back with that forecast to let you know exactly what's going to go on today.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better. Vote Ben Shirley, August the 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in.
are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
And welcome back. Let's get into your forecast now, and let's hope that all those little ghosts that were in the computer system this morning is going away.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Our record highs, record lows, 1911. Probably not a soul that remembers that day. It was 98 degrees on this day back then. 1984, not really that long ago. They even wrote a book about 1984. 48 today. It was a chilly morning. As we look at the forecast for today, 85 is what we're forecasting all the way through Philadelphia, and it'll wind and get a little bit cooler as you go through Noxapater, as you go through Louisville, and you make it to Stark Vegas. We start seeing that temperature somewhere around 82. To the south, warmer, 87 in Natchez, Brookhaven, 86, and even 88 topping out there in the Hattiesburg area toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast. As we go east, we get into Demopolis at about 83, 81 Tuscaloosa, even the 70s around Birmingham for today. Now, we'll see somewhere around 82 today, right around the Livingston, Alabama area. As we look across this great nation, we see that, well, the South, a little bit warmer, especially Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, portions of Alabama and Tennessee. Cooler to our east in the Carolinas. A little bit of a cool spell moving in there to the West Texas area as well. As we look at the forecast for the next 7 days, brought to you by our friends at Wilson Saw and Outdoor. 84 today, 86 tomorrow. That's what we'll be. But look at this, 0% chance of rain today and tomorrow. Slight chances start moving back into the forecast on Wednesday toward the weekend. Now, they're not huge, but you could see showers. So we'll word it that way. 87 on Wednesday. Cooler on Thursday at 83. And then we're back into the 90s on the weekend. 90, 89, 90 on Sunday. That extended forecast as we go toward June the 12th shows us we'll get back into the 90s, 88, 91, right along in there, even up to 93 by the 12th of June. That means warm weather in store for us, doesn't it? Whew, I can feel it. Make sure you've got your air conditioning checked on in your car and your house. You're going to need it. As they say, a long, hot summer is on the way. As we look at the fishing forecast, a major time today begins at 8:30 this morning, should last until 10:30. So good luck to you there. Now, the next time that you'll have a great fishing experience will be late in the evening hours, around 9:30. But maybe you like to fish at dark. Never know. As we look at the wind, it's going to be light north wind, northeast, becoming north 5 to 10 this morning. So something to look forward to. Good morning to each and every one of y'all. Odie's back. We'll be kicking off the morning show here in just a few moments, roughly 10 minutes from now. We'll go live and we'll tell you everything that's happened over the holiday weekend so far. Be careful. There's a lot of people traveling the highways and byways going to try to make it home late today or tomorrow. We don't want any accidents, anyone hurt. Keep that in mind as you do what you need to. We'll see you soon as we'll kick into the morning show very shortly from now.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: